So when I used to work as a social worker, one day this lady came into the office with 16 kids. And I wasn't trying to be rude or anything, but I said, wow, they're all yours? And then she said, yeah, they're all mine. But she said it like she already heard this question a million times before. Then she looked at one of her kids and said, sit down, Sam, and all of them sat down at the same time. But I just chose to ignore it. And then I said, well, okay, you must be here to sign up. I'm going to need the name of all of your kids. Well, she started with the oldest. She said, this one's name is Sam. And I was like, okay, then I wrote it down. Then I asked her, what's the next one's name? And she pointed at the other boy and said, his name is Sam too. I thought this was very strange, but I minded my business. And I said, okay, next. Then she pointed at her daughter and said her name is also Sam, and people usually think it's short for Samantha, but no, it's just Sam. That's when I said, okay, I'm starting to see a pattern here. Are all of your kids named Sam? And then she said, well, yes. She said it just makes everything easier. When I got to get them up and ready for school, I just yell, come on, Sam, get up, and they all come running. And when it's time for dinner, I just yell, Sam, come eat, and they all come running. And I was a little bit confused, so I asked her a question. I said, well, what if you just want to call one of them and not the whole bunch? She looked at me, and then she said, oh, that's easy. If I want to call one specific person, I just use their last name.